I'm going to talk about my staying in Jerusalem. I have only talking until I come to the hotel, but I didn't want to recording about what happened in Jerusalem because they maybe go angry at me at the hotel and it was at least 75% was Muslim, and it was a Jewish owned hotel, and it should be a real Jewish hotel for Jewish people to be there. But it was wrong, like many things in Jerusalem. I have not good recording this episode. I have recording 2 parts of it, and my third, I need to have like inspiration to do that, because this is not made told from heaven to do. So I have not needed to do a recording. When they tell me to talk about something, then I do it in few hours from where they have told me. But this with Jerusalem is a story to tell about my experience of staying there, and it start to be spring, so I don't know. I may be recording outside soon. You know that I have recording before be outside, and you have heard a bird singing on these things. It start to be little green on the trees, and enough warm to could drive out with my scooter in the forest. And it's not a good experience of Jerusalem. The 4th time that I have been in Jerusalem, and if not someone invite me to Jerusalem, I will not come back to Jerusalem, because it was very hard for me to travel alone. And then I get this break at the airport that I needed to have insurance against COVID. Those in hospital in Jerusalem wanted Sweden to pay for my staying at the hospital in Jerusalem if I have got COVID. So that's also one thing that is about Jerusalem. If I have coming into Jerusalem in another way than to take the flight and be sick in Israel, I wonder if they should take me into the hospital if I didn't have insurance. But you that listen at my podcast, you send me, you help me to pay the insurance. But I have to pay to stay in a hotel, expensive hotel, in 2 days at the airport to wait for the insurance. So I was very tired, and I didn't felt me so good in mental, because I was already disappointed how the traveling was. But as I have heard from heaven that I should touch the Golden Gate, I have to go. And I think heaven helped me to get the money for to could travel and be in Jerusalem. And the hotel was it was very good with breakfast. It was a big smorgasbord. It was very much, but it was the only meat was fish, and I think I have said this. I was surprised that they had pickled herring, and that is nothing that have with United States to have. They don't know what it is. Most people in United States. But I eat it only one morning. It was good, but there was other things to it, and it was much bread, but the bread was very sweet. It was much sugar in everything. So it's not wondering that my doctor now, my new doctor, she wanted to see my long time blood sugar, and it was over 90. And it should have, normally I lay high, but not so high, about 40. What it's called, but my blood sugar, and I never ever get blood sugar so that is under 8 or 10, never, and that's for me it means that something is wrong with my body, and I think I have got answer from this man that going to help me, and it cost much money for me, but I have to priority my body now, and I saw that he could walk out with me, not in a wheelchair or something, that I only hold his arm and then I can walk on my own. So in that way, when having a high blood sugar, to lower it down is not only to eat without any sugar in it, or it's also to exercise. You need to exercise. You can't be like those big women in Doctor Who television show program, that they only sit and watch television and eat taking home dinners for them. They most of they eat taking home, delivering pizza every day, and that you can't do when you have high blood pressure. The more you exercise, the lower will your blood sugar go. So don't sit watch television the whole day long. I do this, that I don't like that the commercial on television here in Sweden is about 5 minutes long, and it's different from time to time. When you're going with a bus or a train, 5 minutes is nothing. Either you have to run and to catch them, but if you sit and watch television and it's coming commercial, it's 5 minutes very long. So every time do I go up and do something and move around with my body. I don't sit and wait for the commercial to come or swap to another channel. If I don't sit and watch television only to watch television. I have some programs that I like to watch, and those other programs I don't open up them because they are not of interest. So I walk up and I can do some cleaning in my home or something else. So I move around, but I'm too frightened to go out and walk a long distance. And this man, he hold me, or I hold in him. So I tell him if my brain start to be tired, I maybe have to sit on the sofa and he have to go and catch something that he can take me home with. I don't have a wheelchair, but in emergency maybe he can drive my scooter and we drive back home together. Or he have a car, I don't know. But something that I could sit and come back to my home if the brain suddenly stop working. So that will be very good when I have someone coming into my home and is with me. I'm so lonely, I don't have anyone. But then I have him, but I have to pay for it. Because he working with this. It's not a charity. And if I want to have from the city, when I broke my shoulder in 3 pieces and my right knee was broken, I got 10 minutes every second day, and not on the weekend. So it was, I don't know, I don't remember, but we say they come on Monday and Wednesday, and then I didn't. It was 2 days in a week, 10 minutes. Then this man, do I pay? But I pay for 1 hour at a time and not 10 minutes. So we could do much work because I got this home just when the car drive over me and I get damage in my brain, and I move to this place. But then it's the pandemic, COVID-19 came, when I had just moved in. I was not frightened to move in here and have some people helping me. But then when the COVID-19 came, then I didn't want to have anyone in my home. So everything was be put on hold. I couldn't do so much because I was frightened to go out to my unit because it was outside. And it's very tight there, so people could have given me COVID-19 when I was there. So now I'm going to ask this man to clean up my store unit. I have to write up a checklist of what he should do. But I was very happy that he was allowed to go out and walk with me. There is a regulation on what he can do and what I can ask for. But one is to have him could go with me outside. And as I have this taxi that I don't pay for the taxi, then we can decide another place to walk on. So it can happen. I don't know, but I hope so. He lived closer to the city downtown than me, so he maybe can meet me in downtown and we go to a more nicer place than. It's not more nicer place than where I have around me, but I'm tired to only be around here. I want to be in other places that I have not been for some years now. So I would say, you see that you notice that I avoid to talk about Jerusalem, but I need to do it. This was, with this man, it was something to not come close to Jerusalem, talking about Jerusalem, but I have to force myself. I didn't like what I saw in Jerusalem this time. It was very dangerous for me. It was very evil. People didn't help me. Almost nothing. It was some that helped me, but later on I found out that they wanted me to give them money, so they didn't help me by heart. And it was money it was about. And I come to the hotel, and then I got a room that was for normal fit people. So after a time when I wanted to, first I only sleep because it was a long traveling, but then I wanted to clean me up, and there was a bathtub, and I couldn't go into the bathtub, and I knew that was some room was for disabled people, and I didn't see that this was not a room for disabled people. And so I asked for for a room for disabled people, and I got it in another place, but it was very much. I have put up all my belongings in the room, and then I have to take it down, and then he said, you can change the room now, he said. But I couldn't go in one walking to the other room. It was about 5-6 times I go between the rooms with my belongings and put it down. It was very much work to do, and I was so very tired after have traveled. But no one helped me, and it was on a lower floor. So I have to take it in the elevator, and then I got a room for disabled that was a shower in the bathroom, so I could clean me up. But the problem was with the elevator that it come Sabbath, and this was a Jewish hotel, and they close the elevator, and it didn't work one Sabbath, and I need to walk in the stairs to come to the breakfast then, and I can walk in the stairs if I hold me and go on the side, not looking down, because then my brain doesn't understand when I looking down in the stairs. But I can walk if I hold me in this handle on the side of the stairs, and then go. So I look at where my hands are, and not walking straight down in the stairs like I did before. So I have to do that, and it was very hard because it was many stairs to take, and those American Jewish teenager that was there to be educated about Jewish tradition, they only passed me by running down the stairs. So they didn't care that I was disabled and couldn't walk in the stairs. And it was, if it was someone that helped me in the hotel, was it young boys that could do little helping, but the girls never helped. But I should say that it's not that the girls didn't help, because it was one time, I have said that before, that I couldn't have any scooter. It was no scooter to hire for me in Jerusalem, even if it says so in the websites, but there was no. And so I have to walk at the sidewalks in Jerusalem. And one time it was very bad. Those crazy taxi driver that is from Palestine. I don't say all people in Palestine is bad, but those taxi driver, they only want to take people into their taxi to get the money, but they don't. They drive very fast in the streets, and it's to be careful to walk over, and I couldn't walk so fast as the traffic light turned turned to red before I come to half of the street, and I couldn't go fast. So in the beginning, I asked a man to help me over the street, so I could walk it before it be red traffic lights or green traffic light for the cars. And this time it was a taxi where you should walk over those with stripes. Walk over there. And I started to go out in the street, and the taxi driver come and stop just at me, in front of me. But it was not me he wanted. It was an older woman that he opened the door for and bring her into the taxi. I suppose that she waved at him, but I didn't saw it because she was behind me. And my brain be frozen in that situation. And I was totally empty because the brain couldn't handle that situation. That he come and stop in front of me, the taxi, and open the door. He ran around the taxi and opened the door for the older woman that come behind me. And I was between that old woman and the car. And my brain couldn't handle how to do it. So it was still. But a young girl saw my situation. So she asked me, "Can I help you?" And I say, of course, yes. And she took me around the car and walked over with me to the next side. So that was a young girl that saw that I was locked in between the car and the taxi driver and the old woman behind me. And so it's not the same speed of the traffic in Sweden as it is in Jerusalem. So I was not used with it. And then they seldom put the hand on the horn and doing this in Sweden. But in Jerusalem, it was the whole time, and with this speed, and the traffic light to walk over the street was not slow as it is in Sweden. So in the beginning, I come only to half of the street. But then I'd be better and better, and then I could come over. But I have to standing and wait for a light and hold me in something, so I should not fall, because it was so disturbing for the brain with this traffic that they have in Jerusalem. And I understand that they are hunting money because it was very expensive in Jerusalem and the whole Israel. So they needed to hunt money, but not be rude as they were. And you know, I met this man that I have already forget what his name was. And he told me that they have their own taxi cars. like here in Sweden, there is company that own the cars. The taxi driver here don't have. There is very seldom is their taxi car. But in Jerusalem, everyone buy, and they loan money, or I don't think they can rent a taxi car, because much can happen with this traffic it was. So I think they have to buy the car, not rent it. So when I was out, I have to walk very close to something that, in case I fall, that I could hold me in if I start to fall. So I think I look very, very strange for people. But that doesn't help me. No one helped me. I have to manage everything on my own, and there was like a place. Maybe it took me about 10-15 minutes to come there, and then I was tired in the brain. So in the beginning, when I come to the hotel, I could only be in that place because the hotel I was in, it have no sunlight in any side of the house. So I have to go. It was about 20 Celsius degrees in that time when I come. So I wanted to sit in the sunshine, and then I could come to that place. And first, the man that took the money I paid for the hotel room, I asked him in the morning where to go to a park and sit and enjoy the nice weather. And he told me a park, but that park was over other side of the street, and I couldn't come over there. It took for too long time to go over the street for me, so the cars could drive over me. So that was, I come to that park because I asked a young man to hold in his arm, and we could go over the street. And then back, I asked another man to help me, and it was very nice park, but I couldn't go there. So this park that I go every day to, it was on the same side as the hotel, so I didn't need. There was one street to walk over. It was where that girl helped me when the taxi car stopped. That was the only time. Then I'd be better to walk over the street. And so I sit there in the beginning, maybe the first week, and then I be used with this sound that caused the problem with my brain. And it was this to be used with the sound. It was a rare sound for me. So it was like when I was in Salt Lake City, for example. There was high hills, and it was high up there. And it took me, I was there 3 weeks, 1 month, and it took me 3 weeks to be used with a high level. I was it. And the same was it with those sounds, new sounds I heard. It took, I was almost okay just the week where I was going home. I could go more far in this last week. But then I have this taxi driver that wanted all my money and tried to say he loved me. He say, I love you, but he should say, I love your money. But in the end of my staying, I couldn't go out because heaven told me one night that I should not go with his taxi car. It was dangerous for me. So it was about 3 days before I should leave for Sweden, going back to Sweden. So I didn't go out because I was scared that he should see me outside and stop the taxi and take me in, kidnap me in his car. And he had a contact with another person, and he wanted me to come with him to pay the he have to fix the car. I say easy words to say, fix the car, because the electric system was going out from the car, and they have to help him with the electricity. And I suppose that he, in that way, he wanted me to give out my bank account number and pay for the electricity repair. Now I could say the word. And in another way, I was thinking, if I don't pay the repair of the car's electric system, they maybe take me. I am by myself, and they maybe kidnap me to get the money from me. So that was heaven told me to not go with his car. And I told him that because he asked why I didn't wanted to come with him to this man. And I say that in the night I heard it was like a fighting like that. But then I heard a voice saying to me that I should not go in his car. And the heaven have told me also before this repair that I should take with me money and give to him as a test. I said to him, this night heaven told me to give you some money, and I have the money in the envelope, and so I have money to give you, I said to him. And then he told me that the car, no, it was not a car to repair, it was this to give money to the bank for the car. that he pay off the car, and he had no the money for the car, and the bank said they should take his car. And as you know, I'm a kindly person, so I didn't want him to lose his car, and then he had no job, money income, and so I told him that heaven have told me that I should give you money, I said. And I had not said that to him when he told me he had a problem with the bank. It was not that he told me he had a problem with the bank and then I gave him money. No, I have an envelope that what heaven have told me to give him, that I had in my bag before he after that he have told me that he had. So it was nothing that he asked for. He say only that he have problems with the back, and I say in the night heaven come and they told me that I should give you money. I say, so I have an envelope with money for you. And he be very surprised, and it was like he was crying because what heaven have told me. And so I gave him that. He didn't ask for any money. It was heaven that told me to do this. And then next day, an evening when we were together, the electricity in the car going to ending in some way. I don't know what was going on, but there was people calling him, and we could see their name and the telephone number to him, and he answered it, but there was no voice. It was he had this, that he have the sound from the telephone hooked up inside the car, and there, so I could hear if they say something, but he couldn't. He tried to get them to talk so he could talk to them, and he said there is some order of driving people, he say, but I can't hear what they are saying. And maybe when I'm talking now, maybe it was something from heaven that was going on when I sit there, and it was like electricity were going out, and he said that to me, that it's because you are sitting in my car, the electricity, your electricity in your body make the electricity to crash in the car, you say. And it have happened before that this connection with heaven make electrical things stop or crash the whole machine. So that was not rare for me that he say that. I knew that. I had this effect. And so he didn't say more because the car was okay. And he drove me to the hotel. And then next day he said that he had to repair the car because electricity was out in the whole system. And it it was not that he say it was your fault that the electricity of the car was going out. He didn't say that. But as I am, like I am, I felt guilty that he couldn't drive the car. And first he had the bank, and then he had the repair of the car. And then next day he said that I should come with him to this man when that have repaired his car. He say that as you are from God sent, so maybe he be more kindly to me and make me pay more less money for the repair, he say, if you're coming with me. And it sounds very weird for me, that I didn't like, but I didn't know what to do. But in the night, heaven come, and they say that you should not go into his car anymore. They told me, don't go into this car anymore. So I always do what they tell me to do or say. So I did it, and I told him, I'm not going into the car anymore. If you want to meet me, you have to come into the hotel. And so those people that working at the hotel will see you. So if something happens, they can tell the police how you look like, because he never walked in with me before heaven told me to not go in his car. So if he wanted to come and be with me, he have to go to the hotel, inside the hotel. And I placed me deep down in the hotel, not at the door. So he come in, and then I told him that I can't be outside the hotel. And I had already asked if I have a man with me to the hotel, can I take him up to the room? And I asked them in the hotel then, and they say, yeah, you can take him in, and I suppose I have to pay some extra money for that. But I didn't. I say that I don't want to have a man in my hotel room. I said to them, but I asked if I could do that, because I was curious how they handle it. And so he thought that we should go in my room. But I told him that this is a Jewish hotel, and he was Muslim, this taxi driver. And so he didn't know the rules. So I say that to him, that it's not allowed that you go up to my room. I can't do that. I lie for him. In this way, I can lie because that protect me. And so he thought it was so. And I told him I can't walk out because I can't get some food to eat, because first is it Shabbat, was it? And I can't walk out, and I can't go with your car, so I can't get some something to eat. I had not eating more than the breakfast, and now it was about 9 o'clock in the evening, so I was very hungry. And I have a plan that I didn't took with me my wallet. I took a purse with me and had about the same money because I should tell him to buy for both of us pizza and bring it to the hotel, and then some sodas also. And I opened the purse to give him the money to buy that, and he had to drive a little far away. I asked him, do you know any pizza place that is open in the Sabbath? And of course he knew it Muslim places to buy pizza. And I said, here is the money for the pizza. But he took his hand inside my purse and took the money. And then he say, I have a client, I have someone to drive tonight, so I can sit and talk to you more. He say, and left me. And then it was just what heaven have told me, that first I gave him the money, and he knew he could get money from me. And then when he said I couldn't go into the taxi car, it was something that heaven have told me, because they knew what should happen. And because I couldn't go with him in his car, then he took my money instead. And that I clearly understood that he was only for the money. That's why he was with me. And so it ended that I never saw him again, because he say, you can order taxi from me and I will drive you to Tel Aviv, to the airport, he said to me. And I told him that I have already paid for the taxi. Before I left Sweden, I ordered a taxi from the airport and back to the airport. I have already done that with a company that was to rely on a real business. And he say, tell the taxi that will come that he should not drive you. I can drive you. But I say, I have already paid him. So if he is not coming and get me in the morning, I will call you to drive me. I told him in that way. And of course the taxi come to get me to Tel Aviv. I didn't want to tell them that I don't want a taxi, because I didn't trust him, my boyfriend, to come. It could be some with money to do or something. It was better to take the taxi I have already ordered for 1 month, 2 months ago. So I go to the Tel Aviv and never saw him again. But then he have wrote me say that we should be a business partner, he and I. And why should I be a business partner with him? Because I told him I don't do taxi. I am not interested to pay you to have this taxi car, and then I get some money from you from the taxi because I give you clients to drive the taxi, to take your taxi. And he gave me his bank account, everything, information. But I have not answered him. I never answer him. And I have blocked him from my email. So he wanted me to be like a working partner for him, that people that could take his taxi so he got the money, and then he should give me some small money to do it. And I didn't trust him. I thought it was wonderful to have a boyfriend, and as I have said, that the money that I have got, I did got for to drive to fly to Jerusalem. That was enough money for me to come back home. He couldn't steal money from me, so I go empty with money. The heaven knew how much money I should give him and when to stop. And I obey heaven, so I did what they tell me to do. So I was disappointed that he didn't want to be my boyfriend. He wanted my money. And so I don't do that. Since I come back from United States in 2004, I didn't know. I was away for 3.5 years in United States. And when I come back to Sweden and got my own internet, I think it took 1 year before I got internet in my home. And after that, I got internet. This with scam was coming, and I didn't understood it first. So I did very much bad things I did because I didn't understood. But I never send any money abroad. I never do that. It's because because I work where I'm going, because I walk under God and heaven. So if there is coming people that have a need from me or from heaven, I help them where I go. But I never give any money. I can help them in other way. I can lay hand and healing them. I can give advices what to do in life, like that. But I never ever give them money in their hand, because you don't know what they are doing with the money. And you that have helped me with money to come to Jerusalem, you have seen I have been to Jerusalem. You know I let the money work for me and God and the kingdom and in Jerusalem. You have seen I have recording also podcast at my hotel. I also, I maybe was talking in the park also the first day. And so you have seen proof that those money that you have given to me have working. And I believe very strongly that those money I have got, I have not really got them. I have got the money to do something for you that give me money. So I talked to heaven, and heaven, they know everything what's going on in my life. So they know who you are that is sending me money, and you write me things what you need me to do. So it's a pay and give and give give and get, not product, but the healing from God and what's your problem in life. And I strongly believe that you know when it's coming to you. And I should be happy if you don't go and ask other people around you to pray for you or do some healing, because you don't know if the healing is coming from Sweden in my way to do it, or your pastor in the church have done it. So you have to wait. And the longest it took, I have talked about this woman that was sitting in the wheelchair, and it took 3 weeks for her to be total healed. And last time I saw her, she was kicking a football with some kids running, and she ran up to me, and I have my daughter with me. She was visiting me in the United States from Sweden, and she told me, "Look what your mother have done," and I am total healed. I was sitting in a wheelchair for 15 years, she said, and she didn't believe in God. So that's for you that you don't believe in God, but it's working anyway. Because God told me that once, that you don't know their future. You see them as they are today, but we see what they are in the future. So we know by healing people that is not the right people to heal, what the world see it look like. But when we heal people, we know in the future they will be someone else. They are coming to heaven. But you can only see the past, when we in heaven can see the whole lifespan of a person. And it was so, because I was healing people that was thieves, doing drugs and all kind of things, when I live like homeless in the United States. And they coming back to me and tell me that they have been healed from my hand. They told me and was very happy for that. And that was the future. I didn't know about them. So once I asked God, why should I heal this man that have done so much criminal things? It's so very bad. Why should I do that? And God answered me, you don't know him, but we know him. And I understood in the same, they give me knowledge when they saying this. I understand without understand it, but in that second I understand when they're saying. So they say, you don't know him, but we know him. And I understood that they were talking about the future for this man, that he is going, when the doctor, he had done surgery on his body, but he was not healed of it. But I say to him that I have the healing in my hand, so I can heal you from, he had broken his neck. And he laughed, and then he said, do it then. He said, so I go to him and lay my hand on his neck, and he'll be healed. He was disabled for the whole life, but God could heal him, from that, and with the hand and energy that I have inside my body. So I have not coming the whole way in Jerusalem yet, because I have very hard to think about it and tell you about it, because it was so very bad going on. And I have to make place for someone that is coming through here. And it looked first like a man, but then it looked like a woman. And they make me understand now. I get the knowledge. Why I sometimes I see a man and then a woman, then a man and then a woman. It's because they have been born here on earth more than once. And then, like me, I have been reborn 6 times, they say. I think I am in the 7 now. And those other times, those 6 times, have I been a man. But in this time, in this generation, am I born as a woman. And now they give me the knowledge that if you have follow me and listen on all my episodes, there is some times when I say that. I don't know what it is, if it's a man or a woman. And it can be that I see a man and then I say woman. And I say once or twice that it's like they coming together, like they spirits on me so much. I must drink a soda. Now I know it, because it's showing that the worldly them, when they were here on earth, they were both man and woman. In one birth, they were born a man, and in another birth, they was women. So now I understand why sometimes I see this, and I have told you that they I say 2 3 times episodes that it seems like when a man is coming, he have also a woman with him. But now they explain for me that touch me, that it's not that they come in a couple or 2 people. They are coming in their birth, a man and a woman, and they show me that's what they have been born in. And one time they were a man and one time they were a woman. And not that they are together in that way that we see it here on earth. So now they give me knowledge, more knowledge. I have much more knowledge to get, I think. I don't know it because I don't know the future. And so, they told me in the beginning also that I am their mouth. They have the telepathy. They come to give me knowledge about this, that they use telepathy, but they use my mouth to talk to you, so you hear what they are saying. By that, they use my mouth to tell you of this knowledge. It's so amazing. And what you have given me in support money, that it's coming to you. What you have told me when you write, when sending the money, you say, last time they say I have problems with, but then it was too little line to write on, so I don't know, and I don't know your name, but heaven know who you are and what you have done. So it's and you get evidence of it by time, and I say that the most time it have taken to get it have been 3 weeks. That's, you should know it, that you have received it, if you not mix it up with someone else. So I thank you for supporting me, because I need to pay this man, and the evidence that you give me money to pay this man to take me out on a walk is that I'm gonna ask him to be with me when I'm recording, so he can tell you what's going on. And I maybe have some picture to show you where the money is going to. I try to have the priority now to be healed and not be so sick as I am today, because I want to live longer than now, until now. I want to be here when I see everything change in the world to the better. I know heaven is here in my home, so I know heaven or have already made the decision to come here on earth. But first they want me to recording the podcast to gathering his people to be here, that you that understand what I'm talking about, that you will be with me when they going out all over the world to gathering, take the nation, God's nation, that is people that believe in this, what I'm saying to you. And there, I have talked about that when I saw it. The sky was so much of seagulls that was flying, and I thought at first it was seagull because I saw only maybe 5 in the horizons, and then when I look more to the sky, it come more those white seagulls. But then I understood, because so many seagulls, it was so much seagulls. So I have been on boats many times, and it have never had this amount of seagulls behind it. It mostly is it about 10-20 seagulls, but here was it hundreds seagulls that coming to my home. It was to my direction, because I look out in Jesus' garden, and they were coming to Jesus' garden and in here. So that was the brain that was taken, that interpret or translate it to be seagulls, when it was angels that come here from heaven. So you that have not listened to the whole podcast, you don't understand what I'm talking about. But I have talked about that earlier in my podcast. And if you follow me and listen to all episodes, you understand what I'm talking about today. So thank you for listening and follow me and support me in this way to take care of my health, to not die because the doctor doesn't want to help me. I need to take care of myself, and with help from you and help from heaven, I will be okay. I'm old now, but my mother was never sick in her body more than blood pressure. That's what she had, the blood pressure problem. And my father was never sick, even if he died of broken heart because it was growing of his drinking. But he was not sick. He had no medicine at all. So I have not got this illness that I have in the whole body from them. It's not genetic. It was something I got from the start when I took the flight to United States to walk under God and be taught from heaven what's going on, who is God and what is in heaven. I be sick in the same time, because I think they thought, heaven thought I should get help in United States. But I never got help, real help in the United States. I got some help with money, like $10. But most of those that helped me was people that didn't go to the church. They were not member of any church. They were people out on the street that helped me. So I believe that as I'm going ill in year 2000, in 2001, when I come to United States, I was flying to United States December 18, 2000. So in 2001, I be sick in my body, like I had not had before. I didn't had any medicine before 2001, and I was living with people that was doctors, and I got medicine from them. I didn't need to pay, but in Virginia Beach, where I stay most, Portsmouth, and there was a doctor to go to in the morning. Some people was waiting outside the clinic a whole night long, but I come about 4 or 5 in the morning, and I could come in to a doctor for free, and I only had a high blood pressure in that time, so, and then sour stomach, and those things they had to give me. I got the they had no money. We got medicine that have been given to the clinic, so it was not that the doctor gave us the medicine that we needed to pay. They could only give us the medicine they have in the store in the clinic that they have got for free. That was very, very hard to get medicine. But then God and heaven make me could stay with in a home where they had the medicine for me for free. It was only to tell them what I needed to have for the medicine, and I got it without giving any money for it. So when I got this illness in the body, when I walk in the United States and learning from God, I expect it. I don't really know, but it should be in that way that my body should be healed, like it was before I left Sweden to be in the United States. It should be like that. If I am not going to challenge heaven or God, I only say inside my mind, it should be that way that I should get a healing. So I am in the same, almost in the same anyway, like I was before I left Sweden to be in the United States homeless. But I don't know. I don't know the future, but it should be like that. It's a logic thinking from me, but I don't take anything for granted. It's I don't have any control because I gave God my life in the year 2000 before I left for United States. Thank you for listening. This was a long episode, but you can take it in parts. You don't need to listen the whole episode. But I want you to listen at the whole episode, but in pieces of it, if it's too long for you. Thank you, and God bless you.